Good morning, everyone. Next Generation Weather Forecaster Joe Shaka here from StormChaserJS.com. Taking another look this morning at the likelihood now of a tropical system developing in the Northeast Gulf of Mexico. We're going to be looking at a lot of the things that we looked at yesterday in yesterday morning's video, so not much has changed, which is good or not good, depending on how you look at it. Good because the forecast is on track, not good because there's an increasing chance of a storm going into this area that we're about to look at right here. So what we're looking at again, here's the MJO forecast, the MJO going into phases 1 and 2, and that is favorable for tropical development. And if you look here at the favorability of tropical development, you could see phases 2 and phases 3, and we will be in phase 2, and also phase 1, 2, and maybe into phase 3 down the road. And let me bring up my pen here, and you can see this is phases 8 and 1. I'm circling in red. We'll be in phase 1, so we got the Northeast Gulf in phase 1, and we also have the Northeast Gulf phase 2 and 3. So that is the area to be looking at extremely closely for tropical development. You can see how the model here on this side shows it as well. But phases 1, phases 2 and 3, so we have 3 phases here that support the likelihood of tropical development in the Northeast Gulf of Mexico. Here is the upward motion from the Japanese, and we looked at this yesterday. This was yesterday's forecast. This comes out every Thursday. You can see we have upward motion in the Northeast Gulf of Mexico. We have enhanced rainfall being shown up in the Gulf of Mexico. We have a baggy, low-height 500 millibar pattern showing up, so that favors the development in the Gulf of Mexico. We have lower than normal sea surface pressures here in the Northeast Gulf of Mexico, so that favors it as well. So there's another positive sign for development. Let me change my pen color here to purple. And one of the other things we look at very closely is the sea surface temperature anomalies. This area that will see development, temperatures several degrees Celsius above normal, 1 to 2.5 C above normal. Favors tropical development, and that water will only warm over the next few days. And right now temperatures between 85 and 87 in there, so more than supportive for tropical development, easily over that 80 degree criteria. Now looking here at the European model, let's see if purple actually works pretty good on this. So this is the European for next Friday evening, and the model develops this on next Wednesday further down here, but I picked it at its intensity here next Friday evening, and you can see where this particular run brings in, and there's a lot of variance, but somewhere in this area that I have shaded in purple, circled in purple. Let me see if I can, maybe, I don't have a lot of colors here to use, unfortunately. Maybe orange. Yeah, maybe in this purple-orange area is where the possibility of this may be ending up in about a week. And you can see where the model has it, 990 millibars there, so a pretty strong system possibly going to come in here. And I think the worst case is this. The worst case, I think, for this is that this becomes a major hurricane. All right, that is, I think, the worst case scenario, that this becomes a Category 3 storm going in there. Given again everything that we see pointing to very fast development, that I would not be surprised that we see a Category 3 hurricane at the moment coming into the northeast coastline of the Gulf of Mexico, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, anywhere east of New Orleans here. And let me try to switch my color to maybe a darker blue. So anywhere from about here to about here where Michael came in last year is very much in place. So we got this big area that I drew here in this big blue cone that is a possibility at the moment of seeing the tropical system come here toward the middle and end of next week. And again, I will say the European model has a tendency to be underdone on intensity. So to see the model with that strong of an intensity already definitely says to me, look out. And then you can see here are the wind gusts in here. You can see what the wind gusts are along the coast here. That red into the brown, these are miles per hour. So you can see this 64. So we're at minimum hurricane at least. And then as it gets into Georgia, there's some idea that the upper level pattern may continue to favor strengthening, and you may see wind gusts again close to 80, if not 90 miles an hour. You can see that lighter brown and into that whitish, pinkish color there. And you can see the maximum down here, 91 mile an hour wind gust, probably centered in northern Georgia in this particular scenario. But I'm very worried about something again big coming into this area toward the middle and end of next week. Here are the ensembles. You can see the ensembles have really came on board with this here. even since yesterday morning and really yesterday afternoon, it really began to come quite clear that there will be, again, something in this area. Again, looks like at the moment, most likely east of New Orleans. Again, that blue cone that you just saw illustrated, possibly close to where Michael came in. Can't say exactly sure where yet, but it could be definitely very likely in that purple area, given what you see there from the ensembles. And then past day 9, day 10, day 8 through 10 will be up in here over Georgia, if not Alabama, and then, well, maybe even South Carolina, depending on what exactly happens a few days before that. And then maybe days 12 to 15, could it get off the East Coast and try to redevelop, and could it even get close to New England? Could it stay further out? So there's a lot of uncertainties past about 8-9 days with this, and if it develops and if it makes it through, like the ensembles say that you're seeing here on this particular graphic. So that is a very interesting look, to say the least. There, let me just see if I can turn off my drawings using my eraser. Okay, so I'm able to turn things off, but this could definitely be a very interesting scenario next week. You got to keep a very sharp eye on this. Here is the precipitation anomalies. Let me bring back my pen so you can see anomalies here. Again, the ensemble really hinting at the rain here, and then you can see some off here off the eastern seaboard. This is the whole 2-week period, so again, mainly focused in on days 7 through 9. And you can see the swath of heavier precipitation being indicated there by the ensemble. Again, mainly focused in the Northeast Gulf of Mexico. The surface pressure, you can see from the ensembles, looks like this during this time. Low pressure here where the tropical system's going to be. There could be some front coming through here, which will, again, take it up, maybe have a track, something like that. And then here is my final graphic of the area to watch for tropical development late next week. East of New Orleans and somewhere within that orange, I guess on the computer it's a little orange, but I used red when I did it in Word. So anywhere, whatever it's orange or red on the screen, you can see where I had that arrow saying area for tropical development late next week. Again, that's the area that we are going to be paying very close attention to come the middle and end of next week. So that is it for now, and thank you for watching.